What's up, y'all? Gerald here, creator of Gospel Chops and your host for this YouTube channel, back with another video. Now, y'all, we knew this was going to happen, didn't we? Joe Biden has officially stepped down from the presidential race of 2024. He has relinquished his position and handed over his voting tally to Kamala Harris. Well, nobody voted for Kamala. Let's just be honest. No one who cast a vote voted for Kamala Harris. They voted for Joe Biden. Seems a little unfair that he would take all of those votes that he amassed, around 14 million or so, and just hand them over to someone who seemingly didn't earn them. Well, y'all, didn't take long for folks on the left to start crying racism. We knew the race card was going to come out. Just didn't think it was going to come out so fast. They didn't wait to deploy that card. Y'all seemed like they had it in their back pocket, had it ready, and just couldn't wait to slap it down like they was playing spades. Racism? Well, we don't know whether it's racism or not, because the circumstances surrounding this campaign seem unfair. So why jump to racism and leapfrog right over the unfairness of it all? I feel like if folks voted for Joe Biden and Joe Biden drops out, well, those voters deserve a do-over, do they not? Joe Biden can't just take his votes that he amassed, that he earned rightfully, and hand them over to Kamala. Seems a little unfair, so let's stick with the unfair. But y'all, people who have found themselves crying unfair in the midst of all this turmoil, this political turmoil, are now being accused of being racist. Because Kamala is a woman of color. Now, what color is arguable? They say black women gonna come out and defend her honor. Well, she's not a black woman. Her mother is an Indian from India. Her father is a Jamaican from Jamaica. So her ethnicity is a little bit at question at this point. Well, who's going to defend her honor at this point? And her blackness at this point? Well, we know who it is. It's Van Jones. So let's get into this video, y'all, and see if we can break this down from a conservative perspective. Y'all, let's get into it.
Well, I think she's one of the weakest candidates I've ever seen in the history of our country. I mean, intellectually, just really kind of the bottom of the barrel. And from the standpoint of just who she is and the policies, the positions that she's taken, her failure to do anything in terms of the border, that sort of thing, I think it's just a failure from top to bottom. I think she was a DEI hire, and I think that that's what we're seeing. And I just don't think that they have anybody else. I just think that they're in real disarray.
Now, here's the problem that I have, because y'all trying to reclassify DEI, the acronym DEI, y'all trying to reclassify it as a racial term. Well, this is the term that y'all embraced. Y'all deployed that acronym on society and said DEI is the way to go. Diversity, equity, inclusion. It was your theme for so long. And now that somebody is taking your acronym and turning it back on you, you say racism? Y'all using DEI, the term for racism? No, it's a term that you invented, you came up with, you imposed on American society. And now you got to eat your acronym.
She's already raised over $100 million. And it's only
like in 48
a day
hours
and a half. Yeah, a day and a half.
Yeah.
But Republicans like Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett, I don't know what it says. Burchett have been ramping up their attacks on why she's unfit to serve. Watch.
First off, he said he's going to hire a black female for vice president, and he just skipped over. What about white females? What about any other group. It just when you go down that route, you take mediocrity, and that's what they have right now as a vice president.
So are you suggesting she was a DEI hire?
100%, she was a DEI hire.
100% she was a DEI hire. She was not the highest qualified candidate. Y'all can call it racism. You can get butthurt all you want, but there are plenty of black women out there in American society who are the highest of the highest as far as intellectual competency, as far as intellectual capability. There are plenty of black women out there that he could have chosen, but he didn't choose them. So here we are having this discussion, dealing with DEI, because you didn't choose the best of the best. If you put together a group of the best qualified individuals, yes, you could find black women in that mix, but that's not who you chose. See, those of us who are out here in California, we know her history, we know her background, we know her ascension to the political hierarchy. We know where she came from, leading to where she is. And those of us who know have to agree, yep, DEI.
Okay, so here I'm going to be respectful because you actually have a job. He never said that. He said he was thinking about a woman. He never said her color. He never said anything. If you're going to attack people, try to do it in a factual manner. I know that is almost insane for you to think about, but a fact really does make a difference.
Well, let's talk about the fact. Her mother is a Red Dot Indian. Her father is a Jamaican citizen. At the time of her birth, neither one of her parents were American citizens, which makes her an anchor baby in this country. Since we talking facts, right? Whoopi? Does it have anything to do with race? Or does it have more to do with circumstance? Whoopi? Whoopi.
To cultivate the next generation of leaders across the globe?
Number one, first let's start with my administration. My administration will look like America. I'm going to make sure that we bring in a new generation of leadership. From the vice president, I'm going to have a woman as vice president. I'm going to put a black woman on the Supreme Court.
People won't attack you if you're accurate. They'll say you're wrong, but you are beyond wrong. You're trying to send a little message about the fact that she's a woman of color. We all see it. We know what you're doing.
Why
Stop
are these
it.
white men so scared of important?
Because black women and women of color freak people out. I don't know why.
Black women and women of color freak people out. That's what Whoopi said. No, Whoopi, just because you freak people out, don't try to put that on all black women and the women of color, however you want to classify them. No, you freak people out in your personal life. Don't cast aspersions. The man came out and said he would nominate a woman as his vice president. No, he didn't classify color at the time, but if you know, you know. People knew, people in political circles knew what he was looking for. He said specifically he would nominate a black woman to the Supreme Court. Turns out that black woman couldn't even identify what a woman was. No, she'll never live it down. Y'all, I'm sorry, she'll never live it down. Just like Joe Biden, when he opposed Justice Clarence Thomas in his confirmation hearing, that video is still relevant today. Well, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, her confirmation will live on just as long. When they asked her to identify what a woman was and she couldn't identify it, she couldn't describe it, she acted like she didn't know. So not because she didn't know, but it's because she didn't want to offend those who she was and is beholden to. Let's continue.
This is a right-wing campaign that's going to be racist, misogynistic against the vice president, but we're going to stand on the issues and what really matters. It's the fact that she is qualified. They want to call her a DEI president or DEI candidate. She has more experience than Trump and J.D. Vance combined times a million, right? She worked at the state level. She was the attorney general. She's vice president of the United States. She was a senator representing one of the largest states in the entire country. And so these are just racist dog whistles. Whenever you hear DEI, I want you to think about the N-word. I want you to think about racial slurs. That's what they actually mean.
Do you think Congressman Burchett is being a racist when he says that?
I have a good relationship with the congressman. I think sometimes, though, he does use rhetoric that is racist. And whether people know it's racist or not, I'm here to tell them that is racist, and I hope they won't use that.
Okay, so now they're trying to claim that DEI is the equivalent of the N-word. Well, let me tell you something. Let me stand 10 toes down today on this channel. So you know, tell a neighbor, tell a friend. That N-word only has the power that you give it. If you're strong within yourself, if you know you're educated, if you know you're doing your best, then it'll roll off your back like water off a duck's back. It'll bounce right off you, mean nothing. Y'all want to throw that N-word around like it has power? It only has the power that you give it. If you remove the power from it, just like any other word, often ineffectual. It only has the power that you allow it to have. So don't fall for these Democrat tactics where they say, oh, DEI is the new N-word. Man, you could throw that N-word around all you want. It means nothing to me because I ain't one of them. You want to know about the N-word? Go ask the people who deployed the N-word. The people who assigned the N-word. The people who created the N-word in this country. Go ask them. Don't ask me, because that word don't mean nothing to me, because I ain't one of them. Y'all better get up on game. They playing political games right now. And they expect you to fall for them as usual. But oh, see, I got my finger on the pulse of America. I got my ear to the street, and I can tell you, changes are coming. Everybody ain't falling for it. Especially young black males. Let's continue.
DEI hire part first, and then it's the record. But they can't help themselves but going at the race part of this.
Let me just say something here.
Please do.
This is going to work out badly because they worked very hard to attract black men into the Republican Party. They worked very hard to attract Latin men into the Republican Party. And they were getting a little bit of momentum there. There are a lot of black men who are saying, no, the Democrats don't do anything for us, and Biden's weak. And they're starting to look over there at the Republican Party. You start insulting black women, you're going to see something you haven't seen before. Black men are not going to put up with that. I want to send a warning as clear as I can. I was on a phone call with 20,000 black men. The word protect came up about 1,000 times. Protect this sister. Protect this sister.
Lies and garbage. Van Jones is a liar. Van Jones is on the blue team, and he's going to advocate for that blue team. He's going to say whatever he has to say to promote the blue team. Doesn't matter. He was just on Joe Biden's bandwagon a week ago. Now he's all in for Kamala? No, see, you can change the coach of the team, and he's still going to be down with the team. You can change the quarterback of the team, he's still going to be down with the team. It's all about the team. It's all about what gang you claim. Gang, gang. He on that blue side. And that's what he's talking about. Well, this is rubbish. he as a black man ought to be ashamed because he's telling you that black men are going to stand up for black women in 2024. I tell you that is untrue. Why? Because so many black women out here in 2024 want to be Sukihana, want to be Cardi B, want to be Meg the Stallion. Don't want to uphold a standard, don't want to be a wife, don't want to be a mother to your children. Well, you better not plant a seed in them. Be the biggest mistake you ever make. Because they falling for the okie doke. They the main sheep. And as black men migrate to the Republican Party, he admitted himself, Republican Party been working hard to try to draw them away, and it's been working, it's been effective. Somehow these black women are lagging behind, they're staying behind, because they're the ones who get the benefits from the Democrat Party. They're the ones who get the promotions. They're the ones who get the government jobs under Democrat leadership. But the brothers got to go out and fight. Got to get it out the mud. And here we got Van Jones talking about, I'm on a call with thousands of people who going to stand up for black women. Bro, are you talking about the black women who are shaking their tail on Instagram? Who going to stand up for that? You talking about the black women who report their baby daddy to the county to try to extract some more money? Who gonna stand up for that? You talking about these black women who listen to the most ratchet, sexy red music and out here for the streets? What black man you think gonna stand up for that, Van Jones? Quit lying to the people.
I'm going to protect her. Protect her. You're about to see something you haven't seen before.
No, you're
not. Look, people messed around with Hillary Clinton and said a bunch of mean stuff to her. Black men set that out. We won't set this out. So I don't think that the Republican Party understands that all the work that they did trying to get us over there, two more days of this, it's going to be a problem.
Look, I'll ask you about something we're already starting to hear, again, mainly from some of your former House colleagues who have been attacking Harris. They've been calling her a DEI vice president. A lot of people already think that attack line is racist. Are you confident that your party and Donald Trump can stay on the other side of the line and not delve into racially charged or racist attacks on a black female
I would
candidate?
say two attacks I've heard Republicans give that are totally stupid and dumb to do is the DEI attack.
Y'all, don't get mad when someone takes your language, your rhetoric, your acronym, and turns it back on you. Because under this Joe Biden administration, we've had to deal with DEI. That's why Donald Trump almost got shot the other day. You see those inept Secret Service women on his detail? Listen, if you can't pick this man up, if you can't drag this wounded man off the stage, you shouldn't be on his detail. But because you are a woman, somebody put you in place. That's DEI. You're not equipped. You're not qualified. But because of your gender, somebody put you in place. Somebody plugged you in. And now you're the weakest link. You are unqualified. Well, don't take long to delve into Kamala's history to understand that she is unqualified. Just look at her history. Look at her interactions with powerful people around the world. World leaders. Look at her on the stages. Look at how she failed to perform. That will continue. Y'all, it ain't about DEI. It's about qualifications. It's about making America great. Who gonna do that? Who gonna lower your gas prices? Who gonna lower your taxes? Who gonna lower your food prices? Who gonna make your dollar stretch a little bit longer? Well, that makes life better for you and I, does it not? Ain't got nothing to do with color. Ain't got nothing to do with gender. It's about who's going to make America greater. And you can't tell me that life has been better for you under the last 3.5 years than it was under the previous administration. And that's why we rock with who we rock with. Y'all, like the video. subscribe to the channel, and share the video so we can get more people involved in the conversation, y'all. And like I always say, always remember and never forget, without the gospel, it's just chops. Until next time, peace.